Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. I'm super excited today to have a fragrance video for you. You guys have been asking me about it, and I haven't had a chance to do it. No time like the present. It's been quite a while since I've talked to you about my favorite perfumes, room fragrances, things like that. So I'm super happy to have you here today. Don't forget that you can also follow me over on Instagram, TikTok, and on Threads. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to do my top 5 fragrances. And usually I say in no particular order, but I actually am going to do them in order. And we're going to start with a runner-up, and then we're going to get into my top 5 from bottom to absolute favorite. Okay, so my little runner-up is not a personal fragrance so much as it is a room fragrance, and that is Diptyque. No fragrance video, in my opinion, would be complete without Diptyque. It is just, they make some of my favorite fragrances. This one is absolutely gorgeous. This is the very famous, of course, Diptyque Fig Tree or Figuier fragrance. It's a room fragrance, candles. I like to light the candle and then spray the room fragrance. This room fragrance is like $72. There's lots of sales going on and such at the moment, but it's $72. And I feel that if you light the candle and do a little bit of the room spray, just a little bit, that it kind of really sets the right ambiance and makes a really nice, inviting scent for your home. But this also comes in a diffuser. It comes in a card diffuser, a scented oval, and of course, like I said, different candles. And Diptyque fragrances layer together really well, so you can also light maybe the berry fragrance and then spray the fig tree. So they layer really nicely even in a home environment. Now, a little word about fragrance before we continue on. I'm really careful with fragrance. If you guys notice when I review foundations and eyeshadows, lip glosses, whatnot, I will try to tell you whether or not they have a fragrance. I'm really sensitive to people who have medical things that they suffer from, like migraines. Migraines are terrible. Or allergies, because I am the biggest allergy sufferer in the world. So I am very sensitive to that. And I actually don't like overpowering home scents or fragrance, personal fragrance, for a number of reasons. I don't want to walk into a room and have my fragrance walk in before I do. I don't like that. And I also don't want to give anyone a migraine, really, or make anyone sneeze. So I tend towards very gourmand food type, surprise, surprise, fragrances. I like, you'll see as we go in here, but I don't really like strong floral scents. I will say that Chanel No. 5 reminds me of my grandmother. I don't wear Chanel No. 5, but I keep it. It really reminds me of my paternal grandmother, whose coats I used to play in her closet among her coats, and they would always smell like that when I was a kid. And so it's a very kind of, fragrance, scent, smell can be very evocative and it can be really a warm, wonderful thing. So I do keep some Chanel No. 5, and sometimes I like to use it as a room spray. Why not? But I don't generally wear it. It smells a little too mature, even for me, as mature as I already am. And I will link all of these below. Like I said, some of them are on sale as well. And while you're down in the description bar sniffing around, you can expand it and click and take a look at all of the fragrances that I'm about to mention or have just mentioned. But you can also see about giving super thanks, which is always helpful, and about joining our $4.99 a month members only group where we have weekly lives with a lot of behind the scenes stuff and beauty industry talk. We would love for you to join us. Okay, 5 through 1, least favorite to favorite, but all of these are favorites. It is a top 5. I love scent. This is one of my favorites. Look at the beautiful bottle. Here is Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. I think this particular bottle right now is like $165, but you could get it in an Eau de Parfum Intense. You could get it in a toilette. You could get it in a body lotion. They have little portable ones. They even have, the coolest one is the nighttime fragrance for those of you who like to smell a little nice, just gently when you go to sleep at night. I would end up probably wearing that one for a day. But, you know, it means it's a lot less intense. And beautiful bottle and looks really pretty sitting on a stand. This is a really feminine, kind of an amber scent to it. It's floral, but it's really fresh. It's about as floral as I'll go, to be honest with you. And it's really, really fresh. My only regret, you guys, is that this, as beautiful as this looks sitting out, you can see I don't use it a lot. I definitely change up my fragrance. I don't have a signature scent. Well, I have one that I associate with myself. We'll get to that. But I don't really have a signature scent. And when I'm not using these, I'm looking for its box here. When I'm not using these, I keep them in their box because it is true that fragrance is really photosensitive, and you're going to get an off-smelling perfume and a perfume that changes color if you leave it out in the light. So as much as I would love this beauty to just sit out on my shelf because it's so gorgeous, I keep it in its ugly old light blocking box, I admit. Anyway, that is number 5 of my top 5. The Diptyque Room Scent was just a little runner-up. Gotta have Diptyque in there. All right, number 4 is actually a combination of 2 fragrances. Please comment below if you, like me, enjoy layering fragrances. I spoke about that with a room scent. With Diptyque, I like to do the berry and the fig tree. But you can also, obviously, create your own scent, not only with your chemistry of your body, but in how you combine 2 fragrances. And these 2, to me, are stellar. These 2 perfumes I don't really like on their own, but layered, I love them. That is the Tom Ford Bitter Peach along with the Jo Malone Bitter Mandarin. The Jo Malone Bitter Mandarin, I think you can still find it. It will be linked below, but it was limited edition. She has a bitter orange, which would serve kind of the same purpose, to be frank with you. The Tom Ford Bitter Peach I bought on a whim. I sprayed it in the store. It smelled like a ripe peach. I was thrilled. I immediately bought it. For fragrance purchasing, that's not the best way to do it. You should let it sit and meld, because what happens to this when it's not combined with anything, the Tom Ford Bitter Peach on me goes to a detergent patchouli kind of smell. It does have patchouli in it. This really is like peach and blood orange, which I love, and then patchouli, which I don't love. When left alone on my wrist, on my pulse points, this goes very detergent, like Tide detergent, I kid you not, on me, which can happen with a lot of perfumes. It doesn't happen on everyone, but on me it does, and I hate it. All of a sudden I smell like I've gotten into the laundry powder, and it's not, as you can imagine, I don't like that. So when I picked up, and you know, this isn't genius here. Gee, Rebecca, why did you think to combine bitter peach with bitter mandarin? What made... I know, 2 bitter orange. And like I said, she has a bitter orange, Jo Malone. But together, not only does it stop the bitter peach from going detergent, it also enhances that kind of fragrant peachy orange scent. And together, these are beautiful. A lot of layering fragrances that I own, I can also wear separately. These 2 are basically connected. I do not like them independently, but together it's perfect. Jo Malone, and we'll talk about this a little later, Jo Malone fragrances are very subtle and they don't tend to last a long time. So it is true that this bitter mandarin will wear off, but though it allows the Tom Ford to last longer and not go detergent. So really what this ends up doing is just preventing the detergent smell on this one. That even after this scent has worn off, it still protects this one. I don't know why, but I will not wear them separately. Okay, number 3 in my list of 5 as we move along with breathtaking speed is the House of Sillage Disney fragrance. I am not generally one for Disney collaborations. I think Disney will collaborate with anyone who will let them. You know, they're collaborating with me tomorrow, I'm sure. Ha ha. I'm kidding. But I think Disney cheapens themselves and often other brands they work with, I hate to say. But let me tell you, this House of Sillage fragrance is gorgeous if you love sweet gourmand scents. It's like coconut and vanilla and cocoa bean. Honestly, there's no patchouli. You know, when Tom Ford goes gourmand, he always mixes it with something frankly very masculine, patchouli or tobacco. But House of Sillage is this pure sweetness, but it's a deep sweetness. It's a gorgeous, I mean, look, I don't generally like Disney, but this is gorgeous. It's $395, which is a lot of money. Now, this is the only one in the bunch here that was gifted to me. This was gifted to me by House of Sillage. They are funny little guys. They often, not always, they often email me and ask if I would like to collab with them. And I say, sure. And then they never get back to me. And then about 5 months later, they email me again. It's very odd. I'm always like, oh, there they are again, asking to work with me as if it's strange. You know, bless their little hearts. I think they're a little disorganized. But I do love their fragrances, and they are beautiful. And I like their makeup too, actually. I like House of Sillage. Email me again, guys, and this time respond when I say, I'm like, is my response going to spam? But anyway, this one was gifted to me forever ago when they did kind of follow through with an email, but then they never responded after that. Very strange. Maybe I'm in their spam, but this is a lovely fragrance. So I thank them for that. And it's beautiful, and I still use it, and I try to keep it, again, in a box out of the light, which is a shame, because look how pretty that is. Okay. My top two. These are my top two favorites. The first is Jo Malone again. This is the famous Jo Malone Nectarine Blossom and Honey. It is cassis and peach and honey, and that's as floral as it goes. You can get this anywhere from like $80 tiny little one to $165 big one. This one is in the middle. The only problem with this fragrance, and it's not a problem for me, let me explain, is that it does wear off quickly. But I'm kind of into that. Stay with me here. I told you guys that I don't like to offend or possibly offend with my fragrance. Jo Malone fragrances are perfect in the fact that they're very subtle, that's very sweet, and I like the fact that shower, do my hair, do my makeup, put on something nice, spritz myself with this, and I feel really fresh and really pretty. But by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's kind of gone unless you're really close to me. I actually like that. I don't want an overpowering smell all day. To be honest with you, I can't get away from me, and I'll get sick of it. So believe it or not, there's a lot of people that say they don't like Jo Malone because it wears off quickly. I kind of like that about it. Tell me if you agree with me, or tell me if I'm crazy, because it is a common complaint about Jo Malone. All right, now my number one fragrance, I have told you guys this in the past. I have done this in other videos, and that is, and I'm celebrating a theme with it, and that is, I have a lit candle behind me. I have every version of this fragrance. See, it's all lit there. Oh, so nice. And that is Tom Ford Lost Cherry. I am so devoted. I'm wearing the Lost Cherry eyeshadow. I am wearing my Lost Cherry shirt. Let's call it that. I got the candle burning for ambiance here. It is like chocolate cherry cake to me. I have never found a fragrance that I like more than Lost Cherry. If you want to spray it down a path, I will sniff and follow it, and then you can catch me with a net if you need to. For any reason, this will do it. It honestly is like chocolate cherry. It's unisex, no gender, but it's warm and spicy. It's got black cherry and almond, and like I said, to me, it smells like a chocolate cherry cream cake. I would eat this fragrance if I could. I love it. I would bathe in it. I don't get a headache from it. I don't get any sort of a migraine from it. This is a perfect fragrance. Now, Tom Ford did so well with it, the brand Tom Ford, that, they have candles, they have all sorts of different versions of it. I have it all. But they also released two kind of little riffs off of Lost Cherry. They released Cherry Smoke, which I would always smell in store, and it's never really deep, and it never really caught my attention, but I would like to try it again because I love Lost Cherry so much. But they also have Electric Cherry, which you see I did take here. This one has cherry, musk, and jasmine. I tend to only wear this one coupled with Lost Cherry. I'll wear Lost Cherry alone all the time, but Lost Cherry and Electric Cherry together are actually really nice. And Tom Ford this is actually the Electric Cherry eyeshadow that I'm wearing. So he did a lot. He did a lipstick to go with it, the brand, not he, but the brand did a lipstick. They often do cosmetics in conjunction with fragrance. And you guys know I just did a Tom Ford favorite video, and I thought about putting the perfumes in there because I love his perfumes, but I knew I was doing a fragrance video, so I waited. But this is, I mean, just by far, I'm so happy with this candle burning here. It really sets the mood and the tone. It's just chocolate cherry cream cake. I just love it. Just love it. Hey, would you do me a favor and check to see if you are subscribed to this channel? When I hit 20,000, I'm going to do a Q&A, ask me anything type video. A lot of people told me that would be good at about 20,000, so I'm going to do that at 20,000. So I just really would love your help in getting there. I'm almost at 19, but not quite. And the sooner we get there, the sooner we can do that Q&A. It somehow makes me a bit nervous. Not that I have anything to hide. I have nothing to hide. I'm actually, frankly, pretty boring. But I think I am. I just feel like, who would care? But everyone's telling me they do. So that's really nice of you guys. And I will do that, but I got to hit 20,000. So certainly help me get there for sure. Now, a little bit of an assignment for you guys. The fragrances I mentioned here, which ones do you love or own? And which ones can you not stand? What fragrances give you a headache? What fragrances do you love? Do you wear fragrance daily? I don't wear it daily. I don't, but I love fragrance. Do you combine it? And if you combine, share with me some of your favorite combinations. If you like to layer fragrances, I would love to know. So that's your assignment down below, but also, of course, subscribe and share and like. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye-bye.